Don't worry, I'm not gonna play a prank on you. Just wanted to share an experience that I had of some of my closest friends growing up pranking me, and why I absolutely freaking hate April Fools to this day. I honestly think it affected my self-esteem to this day, which is freaking crazy to think about. But anyway, let's get on with this story, shall we? Growing up, I was kind of chubby, okay? And growing up in Turkey, especially, people are very, very fat phobic, to the point where if you don't look stick thin, you're automatically an outcast. Like, nobody will look at you. I went to a small kind of school with maybe 20, 25 kids in my class. The kids didn't change for many years, so there was this social hierarchy that everyone was aware of. The pretty girls were the thin ones, and then there were like 3 fat girls, me included, in the class. So I never felt very pretty growing up. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, I have a pretty face. I'm actually kind of pretty. I don't understand why nobody likes me. But then I would be like, oh, but yeah, of course my body is like, yeah, whatever, I get it. I kind of just accepted it for what it was. I had other things to kind of worry about growing up, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. So I was kind of like preoccupied with more serious stuff going on at home, but it was just like one of those facts of life. Okay, yeah, I'm fat, I'm unattractive, nobody will ever want me, and that's about it. So, what's for lunch? So growing up, I only had a crush on one boy, all right? I didn't know I was gay back then, so I thought like, okay, I'm supposed to have crushes on guys. Which one am I gonna have a crush on? There was this one boy who also rode the same school bus as me. He had, I wouldn't say short hair, but like it wasn't too long either. It was kind of longish hair. And he had a wicked sense of humor. Like, he would make me laugh all the time. So I had a soft spot for this boy, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's my crush. And one day I decided to come out with my feelings towards him. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to do things. I wasn't aware because, first of all, like, I'm a lesbian, so I have that naturally forward moving type of energy of like, I'll just say what I feel. And then secondly, I'm autistic, so social cues are not my strong suit. So anyway, what I did was I wrote kind of like a song, like a lovey song, and I put the lyrics in his locker. Okay, that's it. I like came out with my feelings. Let's see what happens. Looking back at that, I just wish, it's one of those moments I wish I could just go back and not do, because it was so cringe looking back, but like, I did it anyway. And he found me that day, like maybe around lunch, and he's told me like, oh, I found this song. Is this for me? I found this poem. Is this for me? And I was like, yeah, I kind of have feelings for you. And he was very nice. He gently turned me down and been like, I don't feel that way about you, but I really like our friendship. I hope we can continue to be friends. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Thanks for being nice about it. By the way, in our entire class, there were like 2 blonde girls. It was me and this other girl from England. And the other girl from England was like stunning. She looked like a freaking model actress. Like, she was stunning, and she was thin. And I knew he had a crush on her. So I was like, damn, you see, if only I wasn't fat. I was so sad. I was like so close, I got the hair, I just didn't, so close. Anyway, I'm kind of moved on from that. I don't think I had very strong feelings for him after that, but because I didn't have a crush on anyone else, anytime someone would ask me, I would still say that he was my crush. But later on, I developed a crush on the pretty girl, and I couldn't say anything about that. So I was just saying, yeah, he's my crush. Yeah. Because not you. Actually, it's you, but I'm not going to tell you that. Like, yeah, I have a crush on that guy. So anyway, moving forward, this one April Fool's Day, right? My closest friends decided to play a prank on me. I like practical jokes more. I like physical humor. I think that's fine for April Fools. It's kind of fun, funny, whatever. I hate psychological jokes because I'm so freaking naive. Like, I fall for everything. I can't even catch sarcasm most of the time. I'm very oblivious when it comes to these things, and I just don't catch on. So this one day after school, they told me, you know, Sadie, there's this guy who wants to chat to you. We were like on the computer. There was this chat thing that people were using at that time. I was like, wait, what? There's a guy who wants to talk to me? They're like, yeah, he's from this other school, and he saw your picture and he thought you were really cute. He wants to talk to you. I'm like, okay, how did he, okay. So they sat me down on the computer and I was like chatting to this guy, and he was showing actual interest in me. Like, he wanted to get to know me, and I was like, whoa, what's happening here? Like, is my luck changing? Because up until this point, I'd never dated anyone. No one had ever really shown interest in me in a romantic way. Both of these friends that were playing this prank on me had gone out with multiple people, so I was like, oh, well, maybe it's my turn now. You know, somebody's actually showing interest. We were chatting a little bit, and I was feeling kind of giddy and butterflies, and like, oh my god, something is gonna happen. Something exciting in my boring life is gonna happen. And I remember going to the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, you see, you are pretty. Of course somebody would want you. I just remember looking at my face and being like, you have a pretty face. Of course somebody would want you. Shortly after, as we were chatting, my friends revealed to me that actually there is no guy, and it's another girl. It's one of our friends messaging me, pretending to be a guy. Haha, April Fools. Nobody likes you. Pretty sure I held back tears. That was pretty rough. And I don't think they realized how much that prank would affect me moving forward from that. It was just kind of like, okay, yeah, nobody likes me. It's actually a fucking joke. How unlikable I am. And that's why I hate April Fools. And I'll never, ever play psychological pranks on anybody, because I just think it's cruel. Especially this, you know. As a teenager, I don't even think I was a teenager at that point. Maybe I was like 12. But like, as a young person, you already don't have that much self-esteem, right? You're trying to figure out your worth in this world based off of the reflections other people are giving you about yourself. And sure, like, my parents would tell me, you're beautiful, but who believes their parents with that kind of information, right? You have to believe your peers. And the message I was getting from this small, close-knitted group of, you know, my classmates, the message was clear. I was not what wanted. I really don't think they had the empathy to like understand what that would mean to me, but it was just cruel either way. So anyway, thankfully, when I got out of that school at the age of 15 and finally went to Canada for boarding school, immediately as soon as I got to that boarding school, there was like this really hot guy paying attention to me. And I was like, what's going on? You're really attractive. What's going on? And after him, there was another guy. And so I finally understood that maybe I wasn't the issue. Maybe my small group of fatphobic classmates in Turkey was the issue, you know? And I wasn't even left fat. Like, I'll show a picture of what I looked like, you know? Whatever. People are stupid. Kids are stupid. Once I finally got the attention of guys, I also quickly realized, oh, you like me, but I actually don't like you. Because I keep having a crush on these straight girls who keep rejecting me now. So then there was that. So my whole life was like a series of rejections, basically. And I got really used to that. Also, being autistic really doesn't help. Not being able to read social cues. Again, crushing on straight girls. None of it really helped. So my self-esteem was always like, not the best. But you know, what are you gonna do? So anyway, that's my story. Let me know if anybody's ever played a really cruel joke on you on April Fools. And please don't play cruel jokes on people. Like, it really freaking sucks. We're already having a hard time here as is, you know. Don't want to make somebody's experience worse. If you're gonna play a joke, just make it a practical one, like a physical one, Home Alone style, you know, get a whoopee cushion. It's fine. It's not gonna hurt their feelings. But yeah, I hate this day. So I hope you enjoyed this story time video. And yeah, that's probably honestly the root of my self-esteem issues. Not gonna lie. just growing up with that class of people, man, it really fucked me up in the head. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.